Have you ever wondered how many everyday things exist today because someone messed up? From microwave ovens sparked by a melted candy bar to Play-Doh that started as wallpaper cleaner, history is packed with happy accidents. If you want to discover even more surprising inventions that came from mistakes, just keep watching. Number 10. Imagine dropping a glass bottle and watching it crack but stay miraculously intact. That's exactly what happened to French chemist Edouard Benedictus in 1903 when he accidentally knocked a coated flask from a shelf. The flask was lined with a thin layer of cellulose nitrate, which kept the glass from shattering completely. Inspired by this fortunate accident, Benedictus realized the potential for a new kind of safety material. Over time, his idea was refined and became the laminated safety glass now used in car windshields and many buildings. This innovation has saved countless lives by preventing sharp glass shards from flying in accidents. Though today we take it for granted, the next time your windshield cracks but holds, you're benefiting from a century-old chemistry mistake. Number 9. Who would have thought that a rubber mishap could change the world? Charles Goodyear spent years in the early 1800s trying to improve raw rubber, which was sticky in the heat and brittle in the cold. One day in 1839, after mixing rubber with sulfur, he accidentally dropped the blend onto a hot stove. To his surprise, the heated mixture didn't melt into a gooey mess, but instead turned into something stretchy, resilient, and far more durable. This process, called vulcanization, transformed rubber into a material fit for tires, shoes, and countless other products. Goodyear's discovery paved the way for the automotive industry, even though he died in debt and never profited from it himself. Whenever you grip a steering wheel or bounce a rubber ball, you're touching the legacy of that stovetop accident. Number 8. It's funny to think that non-stick cookware came from a gas that never made it out of its cylinder. In 1938, DuPont chemist Roy Plunkett was working on new refrigerants and stored tetrafluoroethylene gas in a pressurized canister overnight. The next morning, he found that the gas had polymerized into a slippery white solid coating inside of the container. This slick waxy material turned out to be polytetrafluoroethylene, later branded as Teflon. At first, it was used in military applications like coating valves and seals, but eventually it found its way into kitchens around the world. Teflon revolutionized cooking by making pans that let food slide right off, cutting down on both oil use and scrubbing time. Without intending to, Plunkett gave us a household staple that we still rely on today. Number 7. It's almost unbelievable that one of the greatest medical breakthroughs came from a messy lab accident. In 1928, Alexander Fleming returned from vacation to find one of his petri dishes contaminated with mold. Instead of tossing it out, he noticed that Staphylococcus bacteria around the mold had been killed off. That mold was Penicillium notatum, and its antibacterial properties would soon become the world's first true antibiotic. Penicillin went on to save millions of lives, especially during World War II, transforming how doctors treat infections. Fleming's discovery marked the dawn of modern medicine, though it took years of work by others to mass produce it. What started with a forgotten dish became a miracle drug that reshaped human health forever. Number 6. Sometimes a kitchen slip-up leads to a breakfast revolution. In the late 1800s, John and Will Kellogg were experimenting with boiled wheat left out overnight, hoping to create a digestible food for hospital patients. When they rolled out the stale dough the next morning, it broke into thin flakes rather than sheets. They toasted these flakes and discovered they made a surprisingly tasty, crunchy cereal. Switching to corn instead of wheat, they perfected the recipe we now know as cornflakes. The cereal became a commercial hit, helping to launch the Kellogg Company and breakfast cereal industry. What started as an accident meant to promote health ended up on breakfast tables across the country. Even today, the same crispy crunch remains part of many people's mornings. Number 5. If you're subscribed to our channel, you've probably heard this one before. A melted candy bar was the first clue that something extraordinary was happening in Percy Spencer's lab. In the 1940s, Spencer, an engineer at Raytheon, was testing a radar magnetron when he noticed the chocolate in his pocket had softened. Intrigued, he placed popcorn kernels, and later an egg, near the device to observe what would happen. The kernels popped, the egg exploded, and Spencer realized the microwaves emitted by the magnetron could cook food. This accidental observation led to the creation of the first microwave ovens, though early models were bulky and mainly used in restaurants. Over time, the technology was refined into the compact, affordable microwaves we know today. Without Spencer's sharp eye, your quick weeknight meals might still rely on stovetops and ovens. Thanks to that melted snack, microwave cooking became a modern kitchen staple. Number 4. Few people realize that a beloved childhood toy began its life cleaning wallpaper. In the 1930s, a pliable, dough-like material was sold to remove soot stains from walls, especially in homes heated by coal. But when coal heating declined after World War II, the product sales plummeted. Teachers and nursery school workers noticed that this putty was great for children's arts and crafts, as it was soft, non-toxic, and easy to mold. Seeing the opportunity, the company rebranded the material as Play-Doh and began selling it as a toy rather than a cleaning product. By the 1950s, Play-Doh became a household name, delighting generations of kids with its bright colors and squishy feel. Without this unexpected shift, the iconic modeling compound might have vanished entirely from history. Number 3. What was once a laboratory nuisance became one of the most useful adhesives in the world. In 1942, Dr. Harry Coover was working on clear plastics for gun sights when he discovered a formula called cyanoacrylate. Unfortunately, it kept sticking to everything and was deemed unsuitable for military use. Years later, Coover and his team revisited the compound and realized its incredible bonding strength could be valuable. Marketed as Superglue, this accidental invention found a home in toolboxes, workshops, and craft drawers everywhere. It bonds almost instantly, making it perfect for quick fixes, repairs, and even emergency medical uses. What began as a rejected material is now relied on across countless industries. Every time you seal a break with a drop of glue, you're using a product born from stubborn lab experiments. Number 2. Sometimes a chef's frustration can spark an entirely new snack craze. According to popular legend, in 1853, George Crumb was working at a restaurant in Saratoga Springs, New York, when a picky customer repeatedly sent back his fried potatoes, complaining they were too thick. Annoyed, Crumb sliced the potatoes paper thin, fried them until they were crisp, and salted them heavily, expecting to irritate the customer further. To his surprise, the customer loved them, and soon other diners began requesting the so-called Saratoga chips. These salty, crunchy snacks quickly gained popularity, eventually evolving into the mass-produced potato chips we know today. What started as an act of culinary defiance turned into a billion-dollar snack industry. Next time you reach for a bag of chips, you're tasting a bit of rebellious kitchen history. If you enjoy our content, please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. And with that out of the way, number 1. It's hard to imagine a world without warm, gooey chocolate chip cookies, but they were never part of the original recipe. In the 1930s, Ruth Wakefield, owner of the Toll House Inn in Massachusetts, was baking cookies when she ran out of baker's chocolate. She substituted broken pieces of semi-sweet chocolate, expecting them to melt into the dough, but instead they held their shape, creating soft pockets of chocolate. Guests at the inn were delighted, and soon the cookies' fame spread far beyond the small town. Nestle eventually made a deal with Wakefield to print her recipe on their chocolate chip packaging, helping to popularize the treat nationwide. Over the decades, chocolate chip cookies have become a beloved homemade dessert and store-bought staple alike. A small kitchen experiment has become one of America's favorite sweets. With every bite, you're enjoying the results of an accidental masterpiece. What an interesting list! If you'd like to keep watching, check out one of these videos.